This is the Color Wheel Mandala project. You're going to be using yellow, blue, and red color pencils along with black and white to color your mandala to create the 12 colors of the color wheel. First, you want to label the color wheel and then start using your primary colors to set up the arrangement of the color wheel. You can see here that I'm showing you how to set up the red color by putting a medium tone in the bottom part of your section, a light tone in the middle part of the section, and a dark tone in the outer part of the section. The way you're going to increase the darkness of the outer section is by using a black colored pencil to darken the tone, and you'll use a white colored pencil later to lighten the middle section. You can see the black colored pencil being used now on the red in the outer section to make it darker. Next, you'll count over 1, 2, 3, and on the fourth slice, you're going to add blue to anchor your primary colors. And in this same one, you're going to put a medium tone, a light tone, and a dark tone. And if you're not sure, you can always refer to the color wheel in the upper left-hand part of the video for your color spectrum. So the primary colors are always equally spaced on the color wheel, with the secondaries and the intermediate colors in between. And as you can see, the black colored pencil is used to intensify and darken the primary color in the outer section of the color wheel. Now here is the yellow. And with yellow being that it's a very light color, it is hard to show the light and dark tones. So it's especially important to use your black colored pencil on the outside section to show that darker tone. You can also apply more pressure, and that will help to show your darker tones as well. Now moving on to the secondary colors, you're going to be using your same red, yellow, and blue color pencils to make your secondary colors. And here you can see orange is a mix of red and yellow in equal parts. So you're going to be going right in between the yellow and red sections, that right the middle one, you see there's 2 empty sections in between. And you're mixing equal parts of red and yellow and extending out from the center of the mandala to the outer part. And to darken your value, use that black colored pencil to put the darker value in the outer section. Moving on to green, you're going to use your green or your blue and your yellow pencils to mix green using equal portions of your blue and yellow. You'll get that green color. And again, it's equally spaced between blue and yellow. You have 2 sections in between that are blank still. And coming in, you're going to add that black at the end to darken that section. And with violet, of course, you're using blue and red, equally spaced between the 2 colors, blue and red, to create that secondary color, violet. And remember, this one is a little bit harder to blend sometimes, so you might have to go back and forth a little bit between the two colors to get the correct equal proportions of red and blue. So watch your colors when you're doing this one and just see that it matches up. You're adding that darker tone with the black pencil to the outside section to get your darker value. And now you're going to see how you use the white pencil to blend your middle section. Okay, we're going to move on to the intermediate colors. And once again, you're still just using your red, yellow, and blue pencils. So we're starting out with yellow to make yellow-orange. Laying down a layer of yellow. And then adding some red on top. Now, because this is about proportions, you want to use more yellow than red, but you have to use both colors to get yellow-orange. And then to make that darker value, you will use the black colored pencil. You might notice that yellow looks a little bit like a dull green when you darken it. That's totally normal. And now you're coming in with the white colored pencil to blend it, the middle section. Now moving on to red-orange, you lay down the red first. And then you're going to add yellow on top. And with red-orange, you want to always put the red back on top afterwards to bring that red-orange totally out. So you can see the red is being added on top. And then you'll add your black and white colors to make the darker and lighter tones. So as you can see, with every intermediate color, you're still just using the yellow and blue pencil here, or the blue and red, or the yellow and red. It's just the proportional difference that you're thinking about in order to get those intermediate colors. So here with the yellow green is more yellow than blue, but it's still just yellow and blue. And then you're going to be adding the black and white for the dark and light tones. So sometimes it takes a little bit of, you want to think about, do I have to add a little bit more of the other color to really get it to work? So don't be afraid to go back and forth a little bit with your primary colors to get the proportion to be right. Just know that it is about unequal amounts of color when you get to the intermediate colors. So we're working on blue-green now. You lay down the blue first, and then you're going to add your yellow. And then go over it again with a layer of blue. That's to give it that blue-green look rather than just green. And now for the darker tones. And for the lighter tones. And moving on to blue-violet, start with the blue. Put down all your color. Add your red. And remember, you'll be adding blue on top of this to make sure that it's more blue than red or violet. So the blue is going to be the dominant color in this intermediate. And you'll go ahead and add those light and dark values to it with the black and white pencil. And this is red violet, so you start with the red value first. Go ahead and lay down the blue. And then put the red back on top, and your black and white for the dark and light values. And then when you finish with these parts, what you'll do is you'll go in and you'll define your design. Make sure everything looks pulled together. So you've got your colors in place. You'll want to double check once you're finished.